Good day, my dear viewers. Read the Bible with us. Genesis chapter 30. When Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, she became jealous of her sister. And so she said to Jacob, "Give me sons, or I shall die." Jacob became angry and said to her, "Is it my fault that God has deprived you of children?" She then said, "Here is my servant Bilhah. Sleep with her so that she may give birth on my knees, so the child will be mine." And she gave Bilhah her servant as wife to Jacob. She became pregnant and bore him a son. Rachel said, "God has done me justice. He has heard my prayer." Bilhah, Rachel's servant, bore a second son to Jacob, and Rachel said, "I have had a mighty struggle with my sister, and I have won." And so she named her son Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she took her servant Zilpah and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Zilpah gave birth to a son for Jacob. Leah said, "How fortunate," and named him Gad. Leah's servant bore a second son to Jacob. Leah said, "How happy I am. Women will call me happy." So she named him Asher. At the time of the wheat harvest, Reuben went out to the fields and found some mandrake plants, which he brought to his mother, Leah. Rachel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrakes." But Leah replied, "Isn't it enough for you to have taken my husband? Now you want to take my son's mandrakes as well." Rachel then said, "He will sleep with you tonight in return for your son's mandrakes." In the evening, when Jacob came in from the fields of Leah, went to meet him and said, "You will sleep with me tonight. I have hired you with my son's mandrakes." So he slept with her that night. Yahweh heard Leah, and she became pregnant and bore Jacob a fifth son. Leah said, "God has given me my reward because I gave my maidservant to my husband." She named the child Issachar. Leah bore another son to Jacob. Then she said, "God has offered me a beautiful gift. This time, my husband will honor me, for I have given him 6 children." She named the child Zebulun. She later gave birth to a daughter and called her Dinah. Then Yahweh remembered Rachel and let her have a child. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. "Yahweh has taken away my shame," she said. And she called the child Joseph, saying, "May Yahweh give me another son." Other legends. After Rachel had given birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, "Let me go, so that I may return to my homeland. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go, for you know how well I have served you." Laban said, "If I have won your friendship, I have learned from signs that Yahweh has blessed me because of you." He then added, "Say what you want for wages, and I will pay you." Jacob said, "You know how well I have served you, and how your cattle have prospered with me. For you had little when I came, but since I have been with you, there has been a considerable increase, and Yahweh has blessed you. But now, when am I to do something for my own household? Laban asked, What shall I give you? Jacob replied, You will give me nothing, but if you do for me what I ask, I will continue to pasture and look after your flock. Today I shall go through your flocks, removing from it every lamb and the spotted and speckled among the goats. These shall be my wages. My honesty will answer me for later when you come to look into my wages. Any goat among my herd that is not spotted or speckled, any lamb found among the sheep in my possession that is not black, will be counted as stolen. Laban said, Agreed, it will be as you say. That same day, Laban put aside the he goats that were streaked, every one that had white on it, and all the black sheep. These he handed over to his sons, and he put a distance of a 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob. So Jacob looked after the rest of Laban's flock. Jacob then gathered fresh branches of poplar, almond, and plane. He peeled wild streaks in them, letting the white of the stems be seen. Then he placed the branches he had peeled in front of the channels of the watering troughs, where the animals came to drink and where they could be clearly seen by the animals. And as they mated in front of the branches, when they came to drink, the animals produced streaked, spotted, and speckled young. He put the sheep apart, but made the rest face the streaked and dark-colored animals that belonged to Laban. In this way, he built up droves of his own and did not add them to Laban's flock. Whenever the stronger of the ewes were breeding, Jacob put the branches in the channels in front of the eyes of the ewes, so that would mate there among the branches. But for the feebler ewes, he did not put them there, so that the feebler were for Laban and the more robust for Jacob. In this way, he became extremely rich with great number of sheep, maid servants, and men servants, camels, and donkeys. Genesis chapter 30 in Tagalog. Na naghili si Raquel sa kanyang kapatid sapagkat hindi siya magkaanak. Sinabi niya kay Jacob, mamamatay ako kapag hindi pa tayo nagkaanak. Nagalit si Jacob at sinabi kay Raquel, Nasakin ba iyon? Hindi ko maaaring pangunahan ng Diyos. Siya at hindi ako ang pumipigil sa iyo upang hindi magkaanak. Kung gayon, sabi ni Raquel, sipingan mo ang alipin kong si Bilha upang magkaanak ako sa pamamagitan niya. At pinasiping niya kay Jacob ang kanyang aliping si Bilha. Nagdalang tao ito at nanganak ng lalaki. Sumang-ayon sa akin ang Diyos, wika ni Raquel. Dininig niya ang aking dalangin at pinagkalooban ako ng anak na lalaki. Kaya Dan ang ipinangalan niya rito. Muling nagdalang tao si Bilha at nanganak ng isa pang lalaki. Sinabi ni Raquel, naging mahigpit ang labanan naming magkapatid, ngunit ako ang nagtagumpay. Kaya tinawag niyang Neftali ang bata. Nang hindi na manganak si Leah, ibinigay naman niya kay Jacob si Zilpa at nagkaanak ito ng lalaki. Mapalad ako, sabi ni Leah. kaya Gad ang ipapangalan ko sa kanya. Si Zilpa'y muling nagdalang tao at nagkaanak ng isa pang lalaki. Sinabi ni Leah, masayang masaya ako. Masaya ang itataguri sa akin ng mga babae. Kaya't tinawag niyang Aser ang bata. Anihan na noon ng trigo, samantalang naglalakad sa kaparangan, si Ruben ay nakasumpong ng bunga ng mandragora at dinala ito kay Leah na kanyang ina. Bigyan mo naman ako, pakiusap ni Raquel kay Leah. Sinagot siya ni Leah, hindi ka pa ba nasisiyahang kunin ang aking asawa at pati mandragora ng aking anak ay pinagmimithian mo pa? Sinabi ni Raquel, bigyan mo lamang ako ng mandragoray iyon na si Jacob ngayong gabi. Gabi na nang dumating noon si Jacob galing sa kaparangan, sinalubong agad siya ni Leah at sinabi, sa akin ka sisiping ngayong gabi. Si Raquel ay binigyan ko ng mandragorang dala ng aking anak para sa karapatang ito. Nagsiping nga sila ng gabing iyon at dininig ng Diyos ang dalangin ni Leah. Nagdalang tao siya at ito ang panlimang anak nila ni Jacob. Kaya't sinabi ni Leah, ginantimpalaan ako ng Diyos sapagkat ipinagkaloob ko sa aking asawa ang aking alipin at pinangalanan niyang Isakar ang kanyang anak. Muling nagdalang tao si Leah at ito ang pang-anim niyang anak. Napakainam itong kaloob sa akin ng Diyos, sabi niya. Pihong lubusan na akong mamahalin ng aking asawa sapagkat 6 na ang aming anak. Ang anak niyang ito'y tinawag naman niyang Zabulon. Di nalaunan, nagkaanak naman siya ng babae at ito'y tinawag niyang Dina. Sa wakas, nahabag din ng Diyos kay Raquel at dininig ang kanyang dalangin. Nagdalang tao siya at nagkaanak ng isang lalaki, kaya't sinabi niya, tinubos din ako ng Diyos sa aking kadustahan at niloob na ako'y magkaanak. At tinawag niyang Jose ang kanyang anak. Sana'y bigyan ako ni Yahweh ng isa pa, ang wika niya. Ang kasunduan ni Jacob at ni Laban. Nang maipanganak si Jose, sinabi ni Jacob kay Laban, pahintulutan na po ninyo akong makauwi. Isasama ko na po ang aking mga asawa at mga anak. Marahil po na may sapat na ang aking ipinaglingkod sa inyo dahil sa kanila. Sinabi ni Laban, kung mamarapatin mo, ito ang sasabihin ko. Batay sa karanasan ko sa panghuhula, tunay na pinagpala ako ni Yahweh dahil sa iyo. Sabihin mo kung magkano ang dapat kong ibayad sa iyo at babayaran kita. Huwag ka lamang umalis, sumagot si Jacob. Alam naman ninyo kung paano ako naglingkod sa inyo at kung paano dumami ang inyong kawan sa aking pangangasiwa. Ang kaunti ninyong kabuhayan bago ako dumating ay maunlad na ngayon sapagkat pinagpala kayo ni Yahweh dahil sa akin. Kaya dapat namang iukol ko na ngayon ang aking panahon sa aking sambahayan. Ano ang gusto mong ibayad ko sa iyo? Tanong ni Laban. Tumugon si Jacob, hindi ko po kailangang ako'y upahan ninyo. Patuloy ko nga alagaan ang inyong kawan kung sasang-ayon kayo sa isang kondisyon. Pupunta ako sa inyong kawan ngayon din at ibubukod ko ang mga korderong itim. Gayon din ang mga bisirong kambing na may tagping puti. Iyon na po ang para sa akin. Sa darating na panahon, madali ninyong malalaman kung ako'y tapat sa inyo o hindi. Tuwing titingnan ninyo ang mga hayop na naging upa ninyo sa akin at mayroon kayong makitang hindi itim na kordero o kaya'y kambing na walang tagpi, masasabi ninyong ninakaw ko iyon sa inyo. Mabuti, tugon ni Laban, iyan ang ating gagawin. Ngunit nang araw ring yaon, ibinukod ni Laban ang lahat ng kambing na may tagpi, maging barako o inahin. Gayon din ang mga tupang itim at ito'y pinalagaan niya sa kanyang mga anak na lalaki. Iniwan niya kay Jacob ang natira sa kawan at silang mag-aamay lumayo ng may 3 araw na paglalakbay. Dala ang alaga nilang kawan. Pumutol si Jacob ng mga sariwang sanga ng estorake, almendro at platano at binalatan niya ang ibang parte upang magbukhang may batik. Inilagay niya ito sa painuman upang makita ng mga hayop tuwing iinom. Sa ganoong pagkakataon, nag-aasawahan ang mga hayop na paglilihian ng mga batik-batik na sanga, kaya batik-batik ang kanilang bisiro. Ibinukod niya ang mga hayop na tagpian at itim sa kawan ni Laban upang ang mga ito ang laging natatanaw ng mga tupang puti habang nanginginain. Sa gayon, parami ng parami ang sarili niyang kawan at ito'y hindi niya inihalo sa kawan ni Laban. Ang batik-batik na sanga ng kahoy ay inilalagay lamang ni Jacob sa painuman kung malulusog na hayop ang nag-aasawahan. Ngunit hindi niya ito ginagawa kung ang mga hayop na nag-aasawahan ay hindi malulusog. Kaya't malulusog ang kanyang mga hayop, samantalang ang kay Laban ay hindi. Ano pat yumaman siya, lumaki ang kanyang kawan at dumami ang kanyang alipin, kamelyo at asno. To God be all the honor, praise, and glory in the reading of His holy scriptures. God bless you. Amen.